Coming on to case number 4. And we have a PD vessel. And we have a towing vessel on the port bow. And she is this time displaying red, white, red lights. So she is showing red, white, red. Case number 3, she was only showing you the white lights. So she was being treated like a power-driven vessel. And so rule number 14, 15, 16 and 17 was applying. Now this time she is showing you the white lights. In addition, she is also showing you the red, white, red lights. That means she is a RAM. So what will be your action? So point number 1, 2 and 3 will remain the same. उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं है. Now point number 4. This will be my duty to keep clear. As per which rule?
18 alpha.
Absolutely right. As per rule number 18 alpha. So what action would you take?
Alter to starboard.
Alter to starboard. Can you alter to port?
No.
Cannot alter to port. As per which rule?
As per rule 17, Charlie, never alter course to port for a vessel on your own port bow.
Does the class agree on this answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Everybody agrees on this answer?
Sir, but rule 17 Charlie says that to avoid collision with another power-driven vessel.
All right. Now we are talking business. How do you answer this? Abhi, just now everybody was saying, now please answer him. Rule number 17 is power-driven, 2 power-driven vessels. Is this a power-driven vessel? How do you answer it? Bolo bhai. How do you answer this query? Please remember rule number 14, 15, 16, 17 applicable for 2 PD vessels. Please remember. Crossing situation is applicable for 2 PD vessels. 16 also, 17 also. So I cannot alter to port side for my vessel on my own port side for a PD vessel, but she's not. She's not. So can I alter to port is the question. Hanji, anybody in the class? Can I alter to port?
Sir, if we board, sir, we'll come more closer to the vessel, sir. That would avoid in another collision situation.
So we have to avoid altering our course to port because it can develop another close quarter situation and it is not applicable according to this.
As per which rule ना वही तो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
Sir, as per rule 8.
As per sir, we have a vessel or ram vessel on our port side. According to rule 7, the risk of collision exists, and action to avoid collision, I will avoid altering my course to port side. According to rule.
Wait, so where does it say now? Please tell me in rule number 7 or rule number 8. Where does it say? Please tell me.
Rule number 8.
कहाँ पे? Rule number 8 खोलो.
The rule number 8 part. Foxtrot.
Foxtrot. 8 Foxtrot. 8 Foxtrot क्या कहता है? A vessel which by any of these rules is required not to impede. Is 8 Foxtrot applicable here?
Sir, rule number 8, second part, a vessel required not to impede the passage or safe passage of the vessel is not really obligation.
See, please try to understand. Go to 18 alpha again. दोबारा चलो. 18 alpha खोलो. 18 alpha में वो क्या कहता है? पहले तो कहता है एक्सेप्ट वेयर 9, 10 and 13 अदरवाइज रिक्वायर. वो तो छोड़ दो, साइड में कर दो उसको लाइन को. A PD vessel underway shall keep out of the way of the following 4 vessels. ठीक है? Can you see? Ram, fishing, sailing. So इस लाइन का क्या मतलब है? That PD vessel
Must keep out of the way.
must keep out of the way.
Yes.
It has a duty to keep clear. Okay. Duty to keep clear of a fishing vessel or a ram at all times. Sacrosanct है ये. It cannot be taken away. That means मेरी responsibility है कि I must keep clear of a ram at all times. अब इसमें ये कहाँ लिखा है कि मैं पोर्ट नहीं जा सकता? ये बताओ मुझे. All of you are saying so confidently, so please educate me. कहाँ लिखा है कि मैं पोर्ट नहीं जा सकता?
सर अगर रैम स्टारबोर्ड आ गया तो
Okay. Okay. Now, if you were on RAM, okay, I put you on RAM, and you have a vessel A on your starboard side. Same situation. What would be your action? What will be your action?
Maintain course and speed.
sir maintain course and speed.
Absolutely right.
5
Maintain
blast.
course and speed. A does not take any action. What will you do?
5 shot blast.
All right. Very good. You give 5 shot blast. She still does not take any action. What will you do?
Alter to starboard.
1 shot blast and alter to starboard.
गलत हो गए.
Inform VTIs.
गलत हो गए ये. The moment you have altered to starboard, you've gone wrong. Up till now, you're going all okay.
Sir, inform VTIs.
Okay, you'll inform VTIS. उसके अलावा, what action would you take? You need to take some action.
Take a wide alteration to keep clear of that vessel.
No. हम रैम की बात कर रहे हैं इस वक्त. Please
So slow speed.
stop engine.
Slower speed.
Stop engine. Ram will stop his engine. Next, what will he do? He will rush immediately to stop the tow. You haven't seen tug भागता है पीछे tow को रोकने के लिए. देखा होगा कभी ना कभी तो.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you please repeat, sir, connectivity issue?
The first will be stop engine, and after stopping the engine, the next thing is the tug will do is rush to the toe to stop him. वो पीछे भागेगा उसको टो को रोकने के लिए, टो तो अभी भी ड्रिफ्ट कर रहा है अपने मोमेंटम पे, तो अब उसको रोकने के लिए जाएगा. ऑल्टर वॉल्टर कुछ नहीं करेगा, खाली ये काम करेगा. बेसिकली व्हाट इज ही डूइंग? He is stopping his operation, whatever he was doing earlier. If he was engaged in pulling some toe which was restricted in ability to maneuver, he has to stop that operation. So उसने engine stop किया, अब वो toe को संभालेगा, कहीं वो toe drift ना कर जाए. That's what he's going to do, and he's going to try and maintain his position. That's all he can do. Alter shorter नहीं करेगा कुछ भी. Please don't say all these things. He will maintain his position. बस इतना करेगा वो. Get that? Now, having known what he's going to do, now you switch over to your scenario and come back on alpha.
Alter course to port and pass turn of the vessel.
Correct. Because you can alter to starboard or port. दोनों जगह जा सकते हो. Only difference is you can go to starboard, you can go to port also. Only difference is अगर port alter करोगे तो alteration ज़्यादा देनी पड़ेगी for the same CPA that the master wants. This will be a larger alteration than starboard, but you can do both as per rule number 18 alpha. Duty to keep clear. Alter course to starboard or port as per rule number 18 alpha. Duty to keep clear. ये समझ में आ गया? किसी को कोई डाउट? Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. अब मैं इसी जहाज को बदल देता हूं. अब मैं इसको बना देता हूं NUC. अब मैं इसको बना देता हूं फिशिंग वेसल, और अब मैं इसको बना देता हूं सेलिंग वेसल. एक्शन मेरा सेम रहेगा. Is this okay with everybody?
Yes, sir.
चाहे वो रैम हो, चाहे वो NUC हो, चाहे वो फिशिंग हो, चाहे वो सेलिंग हो. मैं ऑल्टर कोर्स टू स्टारबोर्ड जा सकता हूं. आई कैन गो टू पोर्ट. 1 short blast, 2 short blast. As per rule number 18 alpha, duty to keep clear.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, this rule 16 will not be applicable in this, no? Like we are giveaway or stand on, nothing will be applicable. We'll explain only by 18 alpha.
You tell me. Rule number 16 and 17. Is it applicable?
17 will be not applicable. Okay, that is understood. Only 16 a bit confused, sir, because if we'll take ourselves as a giveaway vessel, it says that every vessel which is right to keep out of the way another vessel. That's why I'm asking. Will it be applicable on? I mean, we can take this point by explaining rule 16 or only 18 alpha.
Again, I'm repeating because I started my ROR lessons with which were the first set of rules which I started off with 15, 16, 17. This is one group, one bouquet of rules. This is one, they're together. So to that bouquet, I'm adding one more rule now, rule 14 also. So 14, 15, 16, 17. These 4 rules, they're applicable for 2 power-driven vessels.
Okay.
Is this okay with everybody? किसी को कोई इसमें doubt है?
No, sir.
Because believe me, because ये failing question है on this understanding. If you give me rule 17 Charlie for a rule 18 case, straight away fail. कोई मतलब there's no mercy. So please be very, very clear in your mind. 14, 15, 16, 17. And these are applicable for 2 power-driven vessels. That's why मैंने उसी से शुरू किया है. That's the reason why I started. If you see my whole narration of rules जैसे मैंने करा है, definition से शुरू किया था, rule 3. उधर से गए थे, कहाँ से कहाँ पहुंचे, PD पे गए, PD से हम पहुंचे 15, 16, 17 पे, crossing पे है. So we are following that path of making sure that we don't confuse ourselves at any point of time ever with a power-driven vessel. We are a power-driven vessel, but
okay.
but the other vessel may not be a powder in vessel. We have to be very clear on this. Okay, is that okay? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Anybody else has any other doubt on this? Please clarify. Because I don't want you making the same blunder over there in MMD. वहाँ नहीं करना ये blunder. वहाँ पे it will be disastrous. So यहाँ पे क्लास में जितने doubts हैं सब clear कर लो. Because I know pre-C में ये नहीं clear हुए हैं and at C भी clear नहीं हुए हैं. I know this also. Because at C these doubts are still remaining and hanging around. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, absolutely right.
They're still hanging around, and people are sailing as senior and mates and masters. And you won't believe, in revalidation class, master has been in command for 30 years, still all okay, sailing, chal raha hai, sailing first class. And Hong Kong Channel, and he sees a vessel, a tug and a tow, showing white light coming on the starboard side, and he alters course to starboard. Why? He says ram, and the next moment they have a collision. Brand new vessel, Lama Channel collision. It's a case study now. Indian master, 30 years in command. He says it's a ram. Refuses to believe it. I showed him the rule. I told him, please read. So sometimes what happens is we tend to believe that अभी तक जो हमें बोला गया है वो ठीक था. And therefore, my seniors have told me they cannot be wrong. Of course, they cannot be wrong, but they are not right either. And the fact that you've got away with it so long means you got away with murder, but it doesn't mean you'll get away every time. जब वो एक दिन बैड डे आएगा उस दिन खराब होगा हालत. वही होता है. The day that happens. So that's what happens with the master of Wakashio, the ship which is there in Mauritius. I hope you all have read about that case.
No, sir.
So it's a very tragic thing. But the fact of the matter is that it happened. He went close to the island for the mobile signal, and then everybody forgot about it. It doesn't mean that hota nahi hai. Hota, this thing during art, it was happening. Whenever we used to coast India, we used to go 5 miles inside because there were no mobiles, but TV signal लेने के लिए, ताकि TV signal आ जाए. Vessels used to go closer to the coast. Now it is happening for the mobiles. But the moment, the day something goes wrong, then you've had it. So वो issues आ जाते हैं. So you can alter to starboard, you can alter to port for 18 alpha. Please remember. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And remember, 14, 15, 16, 17 applicable for 2 power-driven vessels only. Now we come to, I'll be coming back to this case number 4 again. दोबारा आऊंगा मैं इस पे. अभी मैं case number 5 पे जा रहा हूँ. I'll come back to case number 4 again. So I'm not erasing it. So case number 5. All right. In case number 5, I've got a vessel. This is my power-driven vessel. And there is a vessel Bravo, which is anchored ahead of me. I have to go and drop my anchor here. So I've got 2 options. I go like this. And I've got another option. I go like this. Both the options are executable. Question is, if you were on vessel A, which option will you prefer first as your first choice and why?
Starboard side.
These both vessels are modern vessels, right?
Both are, well, she's a vessel at anchor. So it could be anything, but
Starboard side.
you'll prefer.
First, we will see the direction of wind and current. According to that, we will act.
Okay, you want to see the direction of the wind and the current. All right, let us say the wind and the current is from right ahead.
Then we will starboard side, sir.
Okay. We'll go to starboard side.
Sir, we'll go to port side.
And also see the side anchor, the vessel was down.
Come again.
सर और नेक्स्ट हम ये भी देखेंगे कि सर वो किस साइड का एंकर डाला हुआ है सर
नजर नहीं आ रहा, पीछे से है, मुझे तो इसका तो पिछवाड़ा नजर आ रहा है, तो आई कैन नॉट मेक आउट उसने कौन सा एंकर डाला है, आई कैन नॉट मेक आउट, so I can't make out कि उसने स्टार्बोर्ड डाला या पोर्ट डाला है, I can't make out.
If our starboard side is clear, then we'll go to starboard and keep a safe distance.
Okay, and if all right, if both the sides are clear, there is no obstruction on either side, no traffic on either side, all clear है बिल्कुल, सिर्फ दो ही जहाज हैं और wind and current आगे से है.
We'll go from starboard.
Okay, any particular reason for going from starboard?
Sir, I'll prefer going port because there's more distance as the diagram you made.
No, don't. वो तो that is my I'm poor in geometry, so don't regard that.
Sir, starboard का reason है कि if any emergency अगर कुछ भी आ जाता है तो I have room on my starboard side और मैं alter करके जा सकता हूँ कहीं भी, but I have a vessel.
Okay, all right. Anybody has any other opinion on this? Anybody feels?
Starboard side ही जाऊंगा क्योंकि starboard side should be always keep clear light. So
Okay.
if any emergency, I can
Starboard
go starboard mode. So it's better to go from starboard side. Otherwise, if we go to port, then we have another vessel which is anchored.
Okay, so basically, this becomes my first choice, and this becomes my second choice. I can do this also port side also, but choices की बात हो रही है. This is my first choice. This is my second choice, and the reason for the choices. Reason for the choices is I want to keep my starboard side clear at all times. Why? Why do I want to keep it clear at all times? Because जब मैं ऐसे जा रहा हूँ, अगर कोई और जहाज उधर से आगे से आ गया हेड ऑन या क्रॉसिंग स्टार्बोर्ड से, जिसके लिए मैं गिव वे बन गया, तो मैं फिर और स्टार्बोर्ड जा सकता हूँ. That being the reason. So I'm doing that. But अगर मैं पोर्ट जाता हूँ, तो फिर मैंने अपनी स्टार्बोर्ड साइड को ब्लॉक कर लिया. तो I'll have to be extra careful, and I'll have to make a larger alteration so as to keep sufficient sea room available on the starboard side between me and the anchored vessel. So all this, what we are keeping my starboard side clear at all times, is what is called as per prudent seamanship. This is what is called as prudent seamanship. And prudent seamanship का मतलब है, और ये कहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि रूल में कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? रूल में दिया हुआ है which means observance of good seamanship. Observance of good seamanship. और ये कहाँ पे रूल में दिया हुआ है?
Sir, rule number
2.
रूल नंबर 2 ये दिया हुआ है, रूल नंबर 2 रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में कि I must have good seamanship, observe good seamanship while doing this, and that is मतलब is prudent seamanship. तो बेसिकली मैं ये सब कुछ सोच समझ के मैं फर्स्ट चॉइस स्टार्बोर्ड लेता हूँ, सेकंड चॉइस पोर्ट लेता हूँ. पोर्ट भी जा सकता हूँ, ये नहीं कि मैं पोर्ट नहीं जा रहा हूँ, ये नहीं कह रहा, लेकिन चॉइस की बात आ रही है. इज दिस ओके?
yes sir.
किसी को कोई डाउट तो नहीं है केस नंबर 5 में? क्लियर है केस नंबर 5? ओके, अब मैं वापस केस नंबर 4 पे जा रहा हूँ और यही चीज को मैं यहाँ पे अब रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहता हूँ. मेरे पास यहाँ पे 2 ऑप्शंस थी, कौन सी प्रेफर करूंगा मैं?
starboard side, sir.
ओके, सो ये मैं व्हाई?
Because this starboard side clear if some vessel is coming from ahead, sir.
Correct, absolutely right. So this will become my first choice, this will become my second choice, And these choices are as per what is called as prudent seamanship. ये समझ में आया? इसका एप्लीकेशन इस केस में?
Yes, sir.
किसी का कोई डाउट बिटवीन केस नंबर 4 एंड केस नंबर 5? एनी डाउट? क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Sir.
All right. Case number 6. You are on vessel A. There is a fishing vessel on your port bow, and this fishing vessel is making way. Your fishing vessel is making way. Okay?
Yes, sir.
The fishing vessel is making way. Now, the risk of collision exists. Risk of collision exists. So, point number 1, 2, and 3, you have done. Point number 4, it is my duty to keep clear. We come now to the action. What will be your action?
Pass from the stern of this fishing vessel, sir.
Okay. Reason?
Because it is making way, so it's the vessel is going ahead, crossing our head, sir.
Right. So, this time, your first choice will be port alteration. Can you alter course to starboard? Is my next question. The answer is yes.
Sir.
Answer is yes. But that will be my second choice. ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? How this case becomes different from case number 4. Case number 4 में ये fishing vessel था, right? She was either stationary or something like that. So therefore, I was preferring to alter course to starboard. She could have been at anchor also. She could have been underway but stopped also. So what did I do? I gave a first choice for starboard, second choice for port. लेकिन अगर ये fishing vessel है and she is making way, then मैं आर पार जब डालूंगा, इसको एक्वायर करूंगा टारगेट को, and I find that risk of collision exists, I'll make a bold alteration to port. That will be my first choice. And my second choice is going to be alteration to starboard. Is this okay with everyone?
Yes. So this is according to rule 2?
This is as per prudent seamanship and 18 alpha. Rule number 18 alpha. My primary responsibility remains as per 18 alpha. Please remember that. My primary responsibility remains as per 18 alpha. So never try to reduce or undermine that responsibility of mine. Because it's my duty to keep clear. The choices that I make are as per rule 2. When I have to make a choice between the two choices, there I'm using rule 2. Otherwise, it's 18 alpha. Decision making is as per 18 alpha. Is that okay?
Yes.
And so basically, this is what we do practically at sea also. You will have a fishing trawler crossing you from port to starboard. You don't want to go to starboard. I couldn't go. But you have to bear in mind कि जो भी ये fishing vessel जा रहा है, जिस दिशा में जा रहा है, he is probably, heading for an area where the school of fishes lie. So all the fishes are there on the starboard side. If I enter there, or if there is a fishing traffic here, or if he's going there to pick up his nets, तो मैं उस एरिया में घुसूंगा. I have to avoid that. How do I do it? I go by port. That's where my intelligence comes in. I have to check कर क्या रहा है वो, जा किधर रहा है, नेट्स तो नहीं उठा रहा है अपनी, कहीं उसकी नेट्स मेरे सामने तो नहीं आ रही, because he will have his nets everywhere. I have to get out of that area. ठीक है, is this okay?
Sir, we have to keep clear of the vessel or the nets also, sir.
You have to keep clear of the vessel, and at the same time you have to keep clear of the nets also, and whatever obstructions he can put up. He can put up anywhere ना. I cannot say कि मैं उसके नेट के ऊपर से निकल जाऊंगा.
Sir, we were approaching Bangladesh and there were so many fishing vessels Chittagong. Sir, nets आ गए थे. We were at forward station, but the pilot did not alter, sir.
See, once you have a pilot on board, then the issue is different. Okay. Once you are in open sea, the issue is different. In open sea, these fishing vessels which you encounter generally are trawlers. Okay, they are deep sea trawlers. They are bigger. They
Yes.
can do 8 knots and things like that. That's the reason why I've given you making way, because he is capable of doing 8 knots, 7 knots. Please remember. So if I go to starboard for this fellow, he will be going a long way. I'll require a very large alteration to keep clear of him.
Yes.
So deep sea, out at sea, we normally alter to port for a vessel on the port side. If he was crossing me from starboard side, I would have altered to starboard. Huh? Please, I'm very clear on this.
Understood.
But when you are approaching Chittagong and approaches to all the places, for that matter, even India, if you're approaching, or China, when you're in Yellow Sea, you will find a total Diwali around 10,000 vessels in Yellow Sea. So what do? You do zigzagging. You actually carry out zigzagging only and do it. And so there, you have to basically judge by seeing the bunch. So you will see clusters of vessels. Now you decide, if by making one alteration I can remove one entire cluster of vessels, then I can avoid that cluster by making one large alteration to starboard. Clear of it, again come back to port. The moment I clear it, and you have to do zigzagging there. Huh?
Yes.
So, but approaches to Chittagong and things like that, I know it is those guys. They come right in front of you, and they come. So there you have the pilots also tell you we're going to go through it, because they're not supposed to come inside the channel, and
Yeah.
and they do. So luckily we don't face this issue in Bombay and Cochin and all. The channel is clear. These guys, they know that they don't have to fish there, so they will in Cochin, they go south of Cochin, and then they fish over there south of Cochin. Similarly, Mumbai, they go south of Mumbai towards Goa side, and then they fish there between Bombay and Ratnagiri, and that side, Bombay and Goa, between the two.
Understood, sir. Thank you, sir.
So काफी टाइम बाय मिस्टेक या फिर जैसे कैप्टन थे शिप पे, तो उन्होंने बोला था कि नेट सेव करना हमारी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी नहीं है, फिशिंग वेसल का रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है बस. तो इस केस में सर जैसे फिशिंग नेट के ऊपर से जानबूझ के कर दिया, फिर क्या होता है?
See, you have to be
सर
very. हाँ जी.
सर मेरे जैसे लास्ट वेसल में सर बहुत ज्यादा हम लोग चाइना कोस्टिंग करते थे, तो क्या होता था, बहुत सारे फिशिंग वेसल होते थे सर, तो उनकी रस्सियां खींच लेते थे सर, हर बार खींच जाती थी मतलब. तो उस कैप्टन को स्कूल उन्होंने कहा था कि कोई बात नहीं है कि रस्सी वैसे खींच जाए.
See, the thing is, you have to bear in mind a couple of things. Number one, okay, your propeller is going to go so fast, right? That RPM. कि कोई रस्सी वस्सी तो इसको तो ऐसे ही काट देगा. That's point number one. But you have to bear in mind that where you are, where you are going. Okay. So if you are in Yellow Sea, heading for China, and you cause some damage to the Chinese fishermen, okay, there have been ample cases whereby the ships have been fined over there when they reach the port. There have been ample cases of it. There have been ample cases where the ships have touched the boat, and the boat survived. The ship touched it, and the ship went on and reached Tianjin port or Dalian port. And once they arrived over there, the marine police came and arrested the master. That one fishing boat sank, 6 guys have died. अब आप कर लो जो करना चाहते हो. The next thing that is going to happen to you, you're going to spend the rest of your life in Tiananmen Square or somewhere, languishing in Chinese jail. And possibly they'll put you in at the LAC itself. You don't want to land up in all those funny places, right? So while we try to avoid going over nets, if we can't, then it's okay. That is, in mid-sea, it's fine. But when you are approaching ports, you have to be very, very cautious and careful. That's all I'm just saying. I'm not saying कि हरी के ऊपर से चढ़ा दो. But जितना आप अवॉइड कर सकते हो आप करोगे, जितना नहीं कर सकते फिर जब तो बात अलग. अगर ऑप्शन आपके पास है क्या आप अवॉइड कर सकते हो कि नहीं, वो बात हो रही है. So when I'm saying we zigzag, then you are doing zigzagging, right? In the course of that, if your vessel goes over some nets, it's fine. But please make sure that you do not come into contact with any fishing boat. Just make sure of that. Because God help you if you touch a fishing boat. 18 alpha is very clear. If you touch a fishing boat, the fault is yours. And mind you, in Yellow Sea and all these places, South China Sea, some of these fishing boats, they actually, when you're passing them, they put their full engines, full speed to come towards you, to ram you. They actually do that.
Yes, sir.
Some of them actually do that. You are going at 40 knots, 50 knots and passing them, very clear. उसके बाद वो engine full head डाल के पूरा मारेगा कि आपके wake पे आने की कोशिश करेगा. Because he wants to catch some fish in your wake. So, which is the reason why it is your paramount duty. So, therefore, you have to give wide berth to these guys. Stay well clear of them. Don't try doing any funny things with them. That you should be very clear. And please remember, it is your responsibility to keep clear of a fishing vessel. Please remember that. You might be on a 2,75,000 tonner. He is on a chutku fellow, 10 meter long canoe. एक वो बैठा हुआ है सोलो लेके, हैट पहन के बैठा हुआ फिशिंग कर रहा है. It is your responsibility to keep clear of this canoe. So there are some masters who say, अरे उसको कुछ छुटकू सा है वो तो मेरी वेव से ही उड़ जाएगा. But don't try that. You have to keep clear. You have to alter your mountain. If it's a massive mountain in front of him, you have to alter the mountain. Please remember that. Never should you believe that he is inferior and superior. Never. Don't ever think of that. Because please remember, he came out to sea before you. His forefathers came out to sea before you. His profession is older than our profession. So we are treading on his waters, where his livelihood is there. We come into those waters, not the other way around. That you have to be very, very clear on. And the rules are very clear on this also. That we as seafarers, we came into the sea where this guy was already fishing before. हम लोग आए अपने बड़े बड़े जहाज लेके, अपने VLCCs को लेके आ गए. So he's a poor guy. He can fish anywhere. He's allowed. Excepting he cannot do fishing in narrow channel. He cannot do fishing in TSS. वहाँ he is not allowed. उसके अलावा बाकी सब जगह allowed है. ठीक है, all right.